That's right, elites. 2 in 1 day. Alright, this video, of course, is yet another real world topic. This is one I was supposed to have done a long time ago. This one is about, standing up for yourself. How to just, speak up for yourself. And this is the thing. I've never, ever understood why. Well, I'm not gonna say never ever, but for a long time, I've never understood why people never stood up for themselves. I mean, but it goes back to a lot of reasons. It could have been their upbringing. It could be the fact that they're afraid of the person because that person is bigger than them, or they're afraid of the person's homeboys or his group that's gonna jump you, or maybe they're just have low self-confidence. But this was never an issue for a lot of people. For some, it was. For people I knew, it was never really an issue. I was never picked on in school. I will always see the one who was being picked on, and then I would want to do something about it. But of course, you can only go so far with that, because one thing I learned to do is to mind my own damn business. Especially, depending on the situation and where you live, because trying to be Superman or Captain Save-A-Ho, you can get hurt or your life can be taken easy, especially here in Detroit. So, but this the thing though, there are certain things you just can't let go by, that you just sweep under the rug. So 9 times out of 10, this goes back to school. This situation that the subscriber talked to me about, if I could imagine that it happens in school. But to a lot of people, it may seem simple, oh, just stand up for yourself, just do this, just do that. But it's not that easy for that individual. But what I would do, first off, you have a lot of different types of abuse, especially that happens in this situation: physical and verbal abuse. Then that can lead to mental abuse, but 9 times out of 10 it starts with verbal abuse. So this is the thing, they're only words. Words are only words. And one of the quotes I will always say is like, look dog, say what you're gonna say, just don't touch me. You can just say what you say. However, at the same time, words can still go far. Words can cut deep. You have you can tear somebody down emotionally just with your words. Racial, verbally racial slurs, things like that. But in school, you have things like being verbally teased about, your hair, your clothes, or your parents are poor, or how you get free lunch in school. Let's see. You smell, or you can't afford this and that, or you have a funny shaped head, look at your nose, why is your skin like that? All those kind of things. Now, being younger, you don't have, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have that mental mindset to just ignore them. But that's what I recommend. Just ignore them. They just want attention. Obviously, they have some kind of issues of their own. They have to tear you down so they can feel big, They have to beat you down so they can get back up. So that's just ignore the words. I mean, yes, I've been teased before. Let's see. My last name, they teased me about that. How I wasn't, born and raised in the hood. So they teased me about that, but they still fail to realize, even though I wasn't born and raised in the hood, damn it, this is still Detroit. So I know my P's and Q's, and I know the ABCs of being around the way. So anyway, when I was younger, they said, oh, you have a big head, or oh, you let's see, what else they would say? Oh, they would tease me because I have to pay for lunch. They just assume that I'm just a little preppy middle class suburban boy or something. I'm like, nah. But that's the thing. My dad, he is very strong-minded, and he just dumped a lot of his knowledge onto me. So even as a younger kid, it was never nothing like that where I get teased and I start crying or feeling bad or go tell the teacher. Oh yeah, my haircuts. I used to have these Timmys. If you don't know what a Timmy is, man, it was like the worst haircuts ever. I would never in my life wear a Timmy again. A Timmy is like from here all the way around. It's gone. It's just gone. It's like you don't. It's not a high tie fade, but it stops right here. A Timmy is terrible. I had a Timmy, and of course when you're younger, like in elementary school, you have no full control over the clothes. Your parents, but yeah, when they take you to back to school shopping or take you to get clothes, you know, you can say, oh mom, I don't like this shirt, or dad, I don't like this shirt, this and that, but 9 times out of 10 they're just gonna, oh, this fit, buy it. So, you know, thank God, you know, as you get older you can buy your own clothes. Anyway, someone would tease me about my tight pants that I wear. You know, my pants be too tight, you know, them nut huggers, man, you know, them underoos, like, nah, you know, them Wranglers, they were a little bit too snug. Or if they look right standing up when I sit down, they just, you know, I get teased about that, but they were just words. You know, I'm not to sound mean, but I'm analyzing. It just may sound like I'm judging, but I'm sitting back analyzing a person who's teasing me, like look, I know what you about, like, look at you, like, man, like, you judging me, you teasing me, like, motivator, get out of here. Now that's that kind of abuse. Now if you're not strong enough to just brush off the verbal abuse, as cheesy as this may sound, but your options are to tell a teacher or tell your parent, or you know, and your parent will come up to the school and talk to the teacher and all this and try to get the parents together. But you will soon realize, even if you're going home to your parents saying about it. I remember I went home, I said, Dad, they were talking about my haircut. You know what my dad said? My dad said, well, you tell whoever's talking about your haircut to worry about their own hair. That's what he told me. I was in the 2nd grade. I remember that. And, you know, you say that to another kid back then. You know, of course, this guy, I think his name, little boy, I think his name was Antoine. He just, what you say? I said, worry about your own hair, man. And then, you know, he was kind of startled about that. Whoa, like, damn, like, it's coming from him, because I'm very quiet. Believe it or not, I'm very quiet. Even back then, I was hella quiet, but I am still quiet. Anyway, yeah, just tell the teacher or the parents or whoever, your boss or whatever the situation may be, or think about some ways to approach that person and let them know. You know, go up to them and let them know, like, hey, this, you know, this is disrespectful, this is uncalled for, or hey man, can I ask you why you always verbally assaulting me? Like, man, did this make you feel better, whatever? And you know, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna want to hear that. They're not gonna want to be civilized. They're gonna say, whatever, man, shut up, get out of my face, whatever the case may be. But 2 things, whether you're strong enough to let it, you know, to brush it off, or you're gonna have to just, you know, tell someone, get the situation handled. Now, the physical bullying, that was never happened with me either. But I'm here to tell you this. Yes, as a little kid, or hell, even some grown people out here, they say it's human nature to be feared by someone way bigger than you, because you're, you know, like, one of their punches it may be a one-hitter quitter, or you're just afraid of getting choked out or getting hurt very badly. Who likes pain? I mean, you have some sickos out there that like pain, but you get what I'm saying. Of course, this is how this will go. You know, the person, you have people, bullies, who push the person or knock their books out of their hand or pull on their hair, whatever the case may be. You want to give them wedgies if people still do that. But like I said, I just can't visualize just putting up with that, not doing nothing, not saying something. If someone pushes you, I mean, you have a lot of options. A lot of options just opened up for you in your favor. He made physical contact with you, and no matter how he pushes you, whether it's a shove or a push to the ground, to me that gives you all right to retaliate back physically. You can do that. You can push him back, or you can give him a fair verbal warning. Walk up on him, let him know, firm and steady, man to man, or boy to boy, whatever the situation is happening. Let him know, like, look, dog, do not put your hands on me. I'm telling you, one time and one time only, do not put your hands on me again. Now, right there, that's 2 things in your favor. 1, you didn't instantly put your hands back on him. And 2, you gave him a verbal warning. So if he does it again, hell, 3, just do what you do. Now, of course, a lot of people are pacifists. Yes, I know violence isn't the answer. You know, some people say, you know, talking out communication is key. So, again, as cheesy and corny as this may sound, if someone is putting their hands on you, talk to the teacher or the parent or whatnot, but eventually it's good to do something about it ASAP, because some people have they can have pent up rage to where they're dealing with this day after day after day after day, and unfortunately that's when people bring knives to school and guns to school and just snap, and then people, you know, their lives are lost due to bullying. So don't let it build up. Don't let your life go to waste because someone is bullying you, because this person, you know, obviously he's the punk on the inside, he's the coward, because 9 times out of 10, you all know the famous catchphrase. You know, you walk up to the bully bullying the younger, you know, the smaller person. That's when you say, "Why don't you pick on somebody your own size?" And then you will see what they do. Of course, yeah, they'll try to test you or challenge you, but that's just the thing. Off rip, they never bully someone their same size or bigger. They naturally do it to the smaller person. Why? It makes them feel tough or it makes them feel secure. And then it makes you wonder how would they react if someone bigger than that bully was to bully him, you know. But that's just how it makes you. It makes you wonder how was their childhood, how was their upbringing, what makes him feel like a man to bully someone. Period. You know, whether if it's the same size or someone smaller. But yeah, the physical thing, I've never been through that. I mean, but defense, that's another thing. There may be times you have to defend yourself. I mean, some people are terrified of going to school or to work or any kind of center because they are terrified of being bullied or talked about. Some can't mentally or emotionally handle it. Some will cry and go hide under a rock because they're being talked about. Some may like a girl and this bully is bullying you in front of the girl, and then she sees how you are, then you're afraid that she's looking at you in a different light, and then you're feeling worse about that. Or the bully knows you like the girl and he gets up on the girl. All those kind of things. But to handle it, like I said, it's 50-50. Some may say, man, you're getting bullied on, just stand up for yourself. But to others, it's not that easy just to stand up for themselves. Some people actually have issues saying something or doing something about it. But elites, if it was me, I wouldn't stand for it. I wouldn't. Even my boss, my old job, he would just say what he wanted to say to me. Like, no, motivator, don't think just because you're my boss, you're going to talk to me any kind of way. You know, now you're abusing your authority. You need to learn some people skills and you need to be respectful. And the time when I stood up to him like that, next thing you know, him being a little girl, he takes a lot of days off the schedule, you know, off my schedule. Only had 2 days on the schedule, you know, being a coward like that. But times like that, people at the job, when they get mouthy to you, I call them, excuse my French, on the clock shit talkers, because you only talk this shit on the clock when there are a lot of eyewitnesses, when there are cameras, when, you know, when you're on the premises of work, you know, of your employment. But outside, you will never in your life talk to me like that. Never. Never, ever. Matter of fact, I deal with that now. Freaking hollows at my job. They would never say what they... Oh, and I have seen them outside of work. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you look different in the street. Cause all right, see you later. I'm like, nah, motivator. Don't flip the switch, nah. You know, like just, you know, a few days ago or a couple of days ago, you was on that dumb stuff. But anyway, back on topic. Yeah, so I hope this was informative, because I know it's not easy. Just because I say you should do this, it still may not come off easy. Like, just because I say when that person says something to you, say something back, it still won't be easy to you. But just ignore it, because if you feed in to what they're saying, you're just giving them ammo. That's all you're doing. You're adding fuel to the fire. Just ignore them. I mean, sometimes, yeah, I know in school they probably throw pencils at you, pieces of paper, trying to trip you. But I'm telling you, if you bark back and bite back, it will show that bully by whoa. And that's another thing. When you don't do nothing, they don't have no respect for you. Some will stop, or at least tone it. If not stop completely, they'll tone it down if they see you have some kind of respect for yourself to stand up for yourself. Or hey, if nothing else fails, I mean, if everything else fails, yeah, you might have to, I don't know, get a group of friends to back you up or something, or get a bigger friend and tell him, you know, handle this situation for me. But I know I feel this video wasn't as informative as I would like it to have been, but like I said, this just wasn't a situation I've ever been through before. So I hope this little bits of tips and advice can be helpful for you or your friend who's ever getting bullied. You know, like I said, tell the teacher, tell your parents, say something back, and if he touches you, then hey, it's, you know, round one, fight. Even if you're afraid of fighting, I mean, if you just can't fight, or you're just so afraid to fight, or you can't beat this guy, again, just let someone know, let your parents know, let the teacher know, etc., etc. But yeah, elites, I hope this was informative to you. Thanks for watching. Of course, I will always continue these real world topic videos. So until then, this is the Elite Ace. I'm signing out.